It is time for a chat with Pat. And what a special guest you have today, Pat.
Yeah, certainly excited about this. We have with us Bishop Daniel E. Thomas. He is the chairman of the Pro-Life Committee for the USCCB and also the Bishop of the Diocese of Toledo. Blessed to have him. Hello, Bishop. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Pat. Great to chat with you and glad to be with all of the listeners today as well. And happy Feast of St. Bonaventure.
Ooh, yeah. What's your favorite, before we jump into pro-life stuff, what's your favorite thing about St. Bonaventure?
Oh, I think there are too many to mention. But the easiest one is to say that he was a bishop of the church.
There you go. You walk in footsteps, right? You walk in the footsteps.
Exactly. And the wonderful opening prayer today speaks about that we follow what he taught and we follow him in charity. So beautiful, the teaching and the charity, which is such an integral part of the church and obviously such an integral part of the bishop's role.
Oh,
so that's
yeah.
our dear Bonaventure. Yep.
Yeah, and he was a good friend of Thomas Aquinas, which I just realized as I was reading about him this morning.
There you go.
Yeah. I think they both graduated at the same time and argued about who should get the honors first. So there you go. Well, Bishop, I am not going to argue about who gets the honors today because I'm going right to you. So I want you to kind of look at all you're doing in this pro-life committee of the USCCB. And what do you think is the most pressing issue right now for your committee to address?
Sure. I appreciate that so much. To be honest with you, Pat, there is so much on our plates that I don't know if you could pull one issue out because so many issues are important. The first thing I would suggest, especially for our listeners, if they're not familiar with it, is to go to our USCCB website, to go to the pastoral plan for pro-life activities. And now, while it is dated and possibly, looking to be updated, it really gives a good perspective on all of the various and pressing things, even back then, so to speak, that were upon us. So clearly, the preeminent priority after Roe v. Wade. Now, though that has changed, obviously abortion and contraception are there in the plan, capital punishment, the cause of life. All of these things are indicated in the plan, and it talks about pastoral care for people, pastoral care for post-abortion healing and reconciliation, which of course we have wonderful programs throughout the country on that.
Yeah.
Care for those who are chronically ill, disabled, or dying. I think that one is critical today. Obviously, care for prisoners, those on death row, victims of violent crime. So you can see, Pat, that it's really a very, very broad perspective of the pastoral plan. And what some people might not know is there is tremendous advocacy going on constantly from our USCCB, united with our government relations arm of the USCCB, and we're constantly, engaged with the government concerning all these questions of life. And you probably know, Pat, from following the websites, that oftentimes I myself am involved, and other chairs of different committees, for example, will sign letters together to those in representative positions in our government to try to encourage them regarding our Catholic view of respect for all human life from conception to natural death. So I must say that those are things, if you had to push me, Pat, I'd say two of the very pressing things are in vitro fertilization, the question of the abortifacient pills, which can now be received directly into the homes of women, and including all of that, I would say abortion continues to be a major issue because now we're dealing with working against those forces and working with forces for life on a state level.
Yeah.
So these are. I'm sorry to be so around the world in 80 days with it, but it really is. It really is an all-encompassing reality.
Bishop, you mentioned that, how the USCCB kind of works, tries to, be an advocate for life in the government, in the realm of government policy.
Yes.
My question also, though, is because there's always a part of me that says, even if the government says it's legal, if we have conversion of heart and people just don't use it, then or don't do it, then it doesn't matter what the government says, right? So there's always that part of me that it's about a person's conversion of heart to the truth here. So my question is, in your committee, how do you approach both of those? I mean, you've been very clear about what you're trying to do for government policy. But what do you do to help the people that are trying to reach the individual hearts, to get people to realize it doesn't matter whether it's legal; it is still wrong, morally wrong. Don't do it. What's your
Sure.
committee doing?
The only comment I would make on that is be
Sure.
very careful, because it's not just about, quote, government policy, and if people don't follow what the government says, it's fine, because
Right.
government can impose
Yes.
upon us things and rules and laws that are not valid and that can be very immoral. So, for example,
Very true.
covering with insurance coverage things that we simply do not wish to participate in, and forcing church employers to do so.
Yes.
So I would just be careful. You
Yeah,
can't
you're
make
right.
an absolute distinction between those two things.
Mhm.
But you asked the question of changing hearts. Of course, we're making efforts like that all the time, because there's a whole spiritual side to the work of the Pro-Life Committee. We're constantly, for example, we have Respect Life Month in October. We have novenas. We're on the Hallow app. We have extensive prayer and recommendations for prayer on our website for parishes, for example. And then for the conversion of heart, which is done in a very practical, charitable way, we have the parish programs of Walking with Moms in Need, which have increased tremendously.
Yes.
We have the Project Rachel efforts. I just did, in fact, a conference. I think we had over 650 priests and bishops, actually, which were on to try to assist priests and bishops in addressing the questions of abortion in preaching and in teaching. So there's lots of practical ways
great.
that we try to make the effort, as well as, for example, having diocesan pro-life conferences, and that is to help the minds, hearts, and souls of those who work in the pro-life area in each diocese. And we do that in person every other year, and by I guess you'd call it Zoom. we do it virtually as well. And so all of these ways are trying to make the effort to help convert hearts and minds to what ultimately is the teaching of Christ Jesus and the Church on the value and dignity of human life. And what better for us to be focusing on too, Pat, than the new encyclical of our Holy Father Pope Leo, Magnifico Humanitas, so that we are looking, because sadly so many people think it's about AI, but the reality of it is it's about the dignity of each human person, and the Church being a forerunner, as she always has been, in saying this is what human dignity looks like. This is why we are truly human, made in the image and likeness of God.
Bishop, you are, I could just talk to you for a long time. I know you're a busy man. So thanks for taking time out today to be with us. We greatly appreciate it. And have a good week ahead.
Thank you. Happy to be with you and the listeners. God bless you.
Thanks, Bishop.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.